Welcome to Game Black, where we entertain you electronically. Welcome.
This is Cafe One. Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorafor, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe One. Cafe One was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Rsdl, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Chops Cafe. I manage the managers and the manage resources. At Just Chops, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe One. Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorafor, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe One. Cafe One was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Rsdl, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Chops Cafe. I manage the managers and the manage resources. At Just Chops, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe One. Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorafor, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe One. Cafe One was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Rsdl, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Chops Cafe. I manage the managers and the manage resources. At Just Chops, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe One. Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorafor, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe One. Cafe One was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Rsdl, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Chops Cafe. I manage the managers and the manage resources. At Just Chops, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
Alright guys, welcome to another exciting match week day of the Rsdl, the Rivers Skirmish Division 2 league. I am so excited. I'm so excited. My name is Shaq, and I am here in the studios with Himzas. Himzas, what's up? How you doing?
Excited as always. We are already rounding up. Oh yeah, you could say we're already getting towards the closing stages of the league, and I can't just wait to see how it pans out.
Well, another match week upon us. Week 4, match day 1, and trust me, it promises to be very exciting. Last 4 weeks, we saw 14 gamers start out their journey in the Rsdl with one intention only: to clinch the title of the rising star of their Division 2 league. Remember, 10 of these guys, they grinded their way up from the knockout stages to join the 4 relegated players from the Pro League to compete for the title in the Rsdl, and so far so good. Some of them have been living up to the promises and expectations of their fans and viewers, while some of them have fallen short of the expectations we placed on them going into the Division 2 league. Match week 4, match day 1, it is drawing to an end, and the table as it stands is what you actually expected for it to be at this point in Division 2.
Well, to an extent, it's kind of the table. Let's say the top of the table actually looks like what most people would have expected, with Shocker being up top and Eldorado and Money One still battling it out for the second place. But at the bottom of the table is where the surprises have been, in my opinion, because we have people who we expected to be fighting for the title actually rotting in the relegation zone and almost are probably going to get relegated if they don't fix up soon enough.
I mean, it's bonkers. 4 weeks of exciting gaming from these guys, and we've seen a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of decisive moments, a lot of suspense from these guys, and it has been amazing. If you followed us from the first week up until now, I'm pretty certain that you've had an amazing time. We have also had an amazing time, and we have just one more week for us to draw a curtain to the Division 2, but we're still going to revel in the excitement. For now, top of the table, this is a name that everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, I mean most people, thought that this guy would cause problems in the league, would send shockwaves in the league, and he has obviously been doing that. He remains unbeaten, right?
Yeah, he remains unbeaten after defeating 1-1 yesterday. That was basically last week. That was basically the match for who would still have the unbeaten streak, and I can tell you that game was peak because it Shocker needed towards the last minute to get a goal for himself and make that game end 4-3. Yeah, so he's the only guy unbeaten in the league as things stand.
I mean, last week was amazing. That match, particularly for me, was just something else. That just goes to show you the quality in the Rsdl. You saying it again. He needed that 9 minutes goal there to get past 1-1. Kudos to 1-1 anyways. I mean, that gameplay just showed you how top that guy is, and he really impressed me. I don't know about you, forget about the loss per se, but he really did a lot. Another game also that shocked me was Larry falling the big giants there in Eldorado. I mean, this guy Larry is something. The times when you do not expect this guy to pull up, he just puts on a show.
Well, yes, it's something that I've noticed from him right from the start. This guy, he doesn't care about the big names. He just wants to come and play. And once he's in that mood, he's bound to defeat anybody. And we saw it last week when he was able to topple Eldorado 4-3. I'm sure coming into that game, Eldorado would not have thought that was going to happen. But unfortunately for him, Larry got the upper hand and won that game.
Well, we're just going to run through what has happened in the last week. We can see this, the scoreline actually, we can see it right now, but I'll just give you a brief down of it. Eldorado there is still in the second position. He's in 10th. He's played 10 matches actually and has 24 points. He's played more games than Shocker, and Shocker is still top of the table with 25 points. Another person also he should be scared of, is 1A1. 1A1 is just behind him with a 4 points difference. 1A1 playing a game less and 1-1, hopefully with a win, I would be giving El Dorado a run for that second place there. And let's now, we know the first three as it's looking, Shocker, El Dorado, 1A1. We can also see, let's talk about the middle half of the table. Coldest Snow, Larry, Bright, Bruce, and another name in this picture that we seem to have slept on or forgotten per se, Chuku. I mean, this guy has just played only 6 games so far in the league, and he is in 8th position with 12 points. I mean, the most that these players have played are 10 games, right?
Yeah.
And they have played 4 games more than Chuku. So he just playing 6 games and in 12th position. Wow, this is wonderful. This just goes to show you how great this guy's start has been in the Rsdl.
Yeah, the guy can actually have a chance at finishing in the top 3 if he does happen to win his remaining games. And it's alarming because he hasn't played much games, but he's not in the relegation zone either. And there are other players who have played almost double the amount of games and are still rotting in the relegation zone. But this guy, that just goes to show how well he was on when he was playing. But he's back today, and we really hope that he can give us the showdown that he's always been giving us.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot from this guy, Chuks. Chuku. His gameplay has been top, if you ask me. 6 games and still in 12 points. Wow, it's amazing, honestly, because normally this kind of points and this kind of games, you usually see them sitting at the bottom of the table. Is it a reflection of how bad the guys in the relegation zone have been?
You could just say the other players are a step ahead. You can put it that way. The other players are a step ahead, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the players in the relegation zone are that bad, because you can see some names there, the likes of Indaboski and Richie, and you wouldn't say these guys are bad players. It's just because maybe other players are a bit better or have been a bit better over the course of the league.
For me, my focal point here is Chuku now. The guys in the relegation zone have played, if not 4, but 3 more games more than this guy. And he's sitting comfortably in 8th position. 6 games played. There's Richie with 9 games played on 6 points. There's Chisco Fingers, also 9 games played and 9 points. Indaboski, 10 games played, 10 points. Roland, 9 games played, 10 points. So I'm really struggling to understand here. Is it the fact that he started the Division 2 so well that even the fact that he hasn't played much games, it doesn't affect him that much? Or the fact that, man, these guys from 10th to 13th are bad?
Well, I think Chuku actually happened to win his first 3 games. He won 3 games in a row. And then before he lost 3 goals to 1 to Shocker and a 5-1 debacle to Larry. But yeah, he actually started really well because he's won 4 out of his 6 games and sits on 12 points. And that just goes to show how well he started. And now he'll hope that he can continue from that position to see if he can go higher up in the league.
Well, the first test is coming up right now. Vichy will face Chuku in the first game of today. Well, up on your screens is the Division 2 top 10 goal scorers. Wow, my goodness, I wasn't expecting to see Coldest Snow here, but wow. I mean, in the Pro League, we saw PJ take these particular statistics, but now in the Division 2, we're seeing Coldest Snow with 37 goals. My goodness, this guy has a way of, just making you throw in the towel way too easily into the game. I mean, it starts off by loading you 3 goals very, very quickly in the first half, and then if you're a player that's you're not mentally, and I wanted to say mentally stable. If you're a player that's not mentally strong, to grind out a comeback from this guy, he's going to leave you in the dust. And this is something he has been doing over time. Coldest Snow, we can see the highest scoreline there against Richie. I think that game ended in a 9-3, if I'm not mistaken.
That was against Bright, I think. Yeah, should have been against Bright. But I know he defeated Richie 6-0. Then went on to win his next game 9-3. This guy literally scored 18 goals in 3 games. and
My
conceded
goodness.
just 4, and that was when I was like, wow, this guy is he's onto something here. So
Talk about the lethal player in the attacking position. I mean, Codes, no, kudos to you. Well, on your screens are the players that are faced with the probability of being relegated, the danger zone. Players who will fail to qualify for the Pro League would automatically drop out of the RSL entirely. I mean, this is sad, honestly. I'm going to start with Mr. Morale. This is somebody who he's a Bielsa gamer, right?
yes.
So this is somebody who his name is big in the Bielsa gaming community, and he came here to show what he is made of. And this is somebody that literally, I say more than half of the public, the gaming community here, had high hopes of Mr. Morale, but he started off well. I think lost won 2 games, but ever since then it has been downhill for this guy. He's a player with very, very great potential. I mean, his attacking prowess is something to commend. This guy, Mr. Morale, what do you think has been his problem?
Well, I really don't know, because even in the games in which he plays well, he happens to like just give away the win in the end. Like in the game against Cold Snow last week, he was leading that game 3-2, and in the last, almost like the last final 10 minutes, Cold Snow had a penalty, and of course Cold Snow was always going to bury that. Mr. Morale, like you said, he's someone that everyone expected coming to the Rsdl. He would take the league by storm, but unfortunately for him, like he's had about like very, very few games. He's not won a game in the last 5 matches, I think.
My goodness, that's a really, really poor start. Well, next is Roland. Roland, 10 points. Roland, what can you say about this guy? I mean, honestly, because for me, Roland came into the scene looking like somebody that is going to be a dark horse, like a pain in the ass, if I should say, because Roland, ever since that first game, he won against, I think that was against Machala also. He put out a statement there that, look, I'm not a guy to be messed with. I know he's a new gamer on the scene, but his gameplay is not so bad. I mean, he's got an amazing gameplay, if you ask me, but it's not how well you start. We've seen that over time. It's how well you end. And for this guy, he started off well and he has fallen short again. Next beside him is another big giant who has not lived up to the expectation. In Daboski, 10 points, sitting in the relegation zone. I mean, I heard he came out of retirement.
Yeah, these guys are trying to send him back into that retirement, I must say.
I really don't know what to say, honestly. I think he has only won 2 games, or just 1, if I may say.
I think he's won 2 games. Should be 2, yes. It's kind of disappointing for Ndabuski, because once people saw Ndabuski was coming to the Rsdl, they were expecting, wow, this guy is probably going to finish in the top 5. But as things stand now, he's in the relegation zone and at risk of getting relegated. Although I still think he probably will still get into the RSPL, but his start hasn't just been what he would have expected.
Well, another player I was going to talk about before we head into the stream proper was Richie and Chisco Fingers. I mean, these are guys who came down actually from the RSPL. My goodness, we almost got a goal there in this game. Where you can see Richie using his usual international team, Norway and Chuku with, wow, this is the second African team I'm seeing. Apart from 1-1 Senegal, I don't think anybody has an African team here.
Yeah, Chukwuku is actually the second player to opt for an African team, and he decides to use Ivory Coast. No, this team actually won their game in the World Cup, so probably just chose them for the vibes, I must say.
I mean, it's 95 rated, so if you've got the right players to execute your plan, I mean, why not? We could see 1-1 Senegal, and trust me, they've been doing an amazing job. They've been doing a really, really amazing job. Navy defending there from Richie, but he was able to get that defense to do the job. 11 minutes into this particular game, Chuku hasn't played much in the RSDL, sorry. But Richie also has had 10 games and is sitting with just 9 points. Okay, he's played 9 games. And it's just with 9 points, sitting in 13th position. I mean, this goes a lot to say how bad Richie's campaign in the Division 2 has been. This is somebody who we had high hopes for in the RSPL, and sadly he got relegated. We thought he would, use that fire to grind up his way back into the Pro League, but so far, I mean, the new guys on the scene, they are really, really showing this guy that, look, we're not here to play. And it could go from bad to worse today. Richie desperately, in fact, everybody in the relegation zone at this point, in the danger zone, desperately need points. Chukwuchukwu, on the other hand, who has, if I'm not mistaken, at least 4 games in hand. Okay, playing this particular game now will make it 3 games in hand. So, would you say he's in a safe position to give away this match?
Well, I feel this guy has already qualified. Even with the 12 points, you could actually say he's a bit
how confident you are in Chooks. Like,
right from the start, right from the knockout stages, I said it that this guy was going to do something in the league, and he kind of had the start I expected when the league started, until the Shocker defeat and the Larry defeat. But I feel he's going to bounce back, and he's going to probably cruise his way into the top 5 this season. So him actually losing this game, it wouldn't really do much to him. I just feel he needs to get the win though. Like, he lost his last game and he wants to get back to winning ways against Richie.
Earlier we saw the fixtures for today. I think he has 3 games to play today. This is his first game, his second game against Coldest Snow, and his last game against 1A1. So players always have a day when their matches are choked up in one day. They probably have 2 games or 3 games in a particular match day, and it helps a lot actually, because you might do bad in your first game and then you recollect, you gather up and then you fix up whatever it is that went wrong in the first game in the second and probably the third game. But for those having just 1 game a day, I mean, it's a loss and you're out. So even if he loses this particular fixture, I mean, he has a chance of picking up momentum in his second game. But as for Richie, I think this is the only match he has today. He's exhausted his game days.
Well, I don't know. I've not really done the calculations, but I think there's still a chance that Richie can actually get into the RSPL.
If he clinches 3 points from this particular, if he doesn't, then it's going to be a long walk for this guy.
From the start we've had, it looks like Chukwuchukwu is all over Richie in this game and could have easily gotten a goal or 2. And Richie needs to fix up defensively and attackingly as well, so that he can get something out of this game to at least secure his spot in the RSPL.
Oh, nice. That was really, really nice. I mean, the vision there to spot that in behind runner through pass. There was a lot of space there. Chukwuchukwu did not cover so well, and Richie exploited that to get the first goal in this particular game. It's 1-0 to Richie. Chukwuchukwu, who has been mounting pressure all game, will be looking to reply. I think Richie just needs to be calm about this. Here's that through pass again down through the left hand side. Nusa, what can he do with this? He beats 1, beats 2. He's taking his time. Beautiful. Richie is on something. I mean, he hasn't had much attacks, but every time he goes forward, my goodness, I think we spoke too soon. But Chukwuchukwu has grabbed the goal back. It is 2-1. I mean, I am sat. We are in for a very, very exciting game here today. Remember, if you're tuning in live, if you're watching in live, do well to drop your comments, do well to tell us what you feel about the games and the players. Also do well to drop your predictions. Also, we'd love to know what you think about this particular fixture. Who do you think is coming out with 3 points in this particular fixture today? Could it be Richie to save himself from relegation, or could it be Chukwuchukwu to grind his way up into the promotion stages to the Pro League? 36 minutes gone. It is still 2-1.
Well, Richie is in the lead now, and this just goes to show the public winning prediction was Richie having a 55% chance of defeating Chukwuchukwu.
Wow.
And Chukwuchukwu having a 45% chance of defeating Richie. And now, as things stand, it looks like the public might be right, but for how long? That's the question.
Look at that pass there. Chuku in space. Oh, almost caught that goal there. Was that precision aiming gone wrong? Because I feel, come on, with assisted, you're converting that every day. Here is Richie now. He needs to hold his nerves with his defense. That is one thing about Chuku. His attacking prowess is something to applaud. This guy, always pressing. There's never a time you look at the screen and he's without the ball for like 10 seconds.
It seems every time he goes forward, he's about to get a goal. You could see Richie has kind of been lucky in this first half because Chuku could have actually gotten about 3 goals or 4 in this first half, but unfortunately for him, his finishing has been kind of off. I think he's played well this first half.
Well, we are underway in the second half between these two, Chuku and Richie. An exciting first half there. We saw 3 goals, 2 to Richie and 1 to Chuku. We hope we will see more in the second half. Here is Richie now. Both of them, Richie needs the points the most. He needs this point the most. He's in the leading position at this point.
I think he knows that as well, and that's why he's trying his very best.
I mean, Chuku just spams attack that you will regularly not see any gamer do. I mean, who crosses the ball into the box from that position?
Crossing is something I've not really seen in FC26, but this guy, it doesn't really matter to him. I've seen him score some nice crossing goals, and you could see there again, almost getting his header off, but Richie's defense was just a bit too sturdy in that situation.
And here is Richie again. The 3 minutes displaced pass. He's giving possession now to Chuku. He's looking for a way to break this defense, and that pass not accurate enough to find that attacker. My goodness, Richie. Maybe passes too cheaply. He needs to stop doing that. Public winning prediction so far is going well. We are just close to an hour mark in this particular fixture. What a pass there. Chuku now with Diomande. Right, a goal-in shot. And if that had gone in now, I would have raised it to the roof here.
That was a beautiful piece of play there from Chuku. Right from the through pass and even the drag back, trying to get himself into a shooting position. But unfortunately, it was just wide off the post.
It's those through incisive passes that he should be very, very wary of. Richie has increased his goal tally. I'm not going to say he's in a comfortable position right now because there's still a lot of time. And look at what I was saying. He's giving away a pass again too cheaply. This is something he really, really needs to stop doing if he wants to grind out 3 points from this particular fixture. I mean, Richie is doing so well in this particular game. Defending so well with a little bit of luck, but he's getting the job done.
Yeah. That's all he needs. He needs to just get the job done. It doesn't really matter how he plays. If he goes away to 3 points, I don't think it would really matter to him.
68 minutes. And Richie, at this point, would love to hold the most of the possession now.
With the way Chuku's applying the team press and cutting all the passing lanes, I think Richie would just look to see if he can probably get a little more goals, because if he just decides to just game manage, he's bound to lose the ball to Chuku. So I think he just decides to
press, right?
He'll decide to just keep attacking to see if he can increase the goal tally for himself. After all, he needs the goals.
Yeah, he does need the goals. It's not just about the points. I mean, the players also with the same points as him, I think. No, I think he's in the last position actually with 6 points. If he gets this through, this gives him 9 points. So he needs all the goal he can get. Chuku now. Oh, low-driven shot. The keeper to the rescue there. Corner kick now for Chuku. If he scores with this, it's going to be a problem for Richie. He needs to try his best. 77 minutes. Not a lot of time for Chukwuchukwu to get something out of this game. Richie just needs to find a way to see this through. So far, so good. He has been doing absolutely well. With a little bit of luck, I must also add, because
Chukwuchukwu has missed lots of chances in this game.
Chances to have put him at least 4 goals up.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's probably thinking about it because now he's about to lose this game. Just 8 minutes left in game time, and it almost looks like Richie has gotten the win already. So yeah.
Well, 83 minutes. There's not a lot of time. I think we might see at most probably just 1 goal. Here is Richie. He might look to add another. He's in space and he shoots wide. He's not going to bother about that missed chance because, I mean, it will be 2-goal advantage. So, I'll never say never from Chukwuchukwu. We might just get one from him as he attacks now. And just that final pass there, lacking the precision to get to the player there. Richie with us, B comes one in. Beautiful performance here from Richie. And this guy has turned up in week 4, match day 1. He's leaving it for late, but he might just grind out a spot for promotions into the Pro League.
Like you said, he's leaving it for late, but the question is how late? Does he still have the chance to get into the Pro League? I think he needs to go on a win streak if he's to get qualification into the Rsdl.
And that is that for the first game of the day, match day 1, week 4. Richie, this is something we barely see. He has gotten 3 points from Chukwuchukwu. I mean, outstanding performance from this guy. If there's one thing I must commend him for, it is how well he managed the game. I mean, Chukwuchukwu missed a lot of chances. I think he had a lot to do with him just being in a hurry to get in front. But Richie did so well to handle the pressure. Well, up on your screens is the next big thing to happen. Not just in Port Harcourt, not just in Rivers State, in the Niger Delta. It is called the Niger Delta Derby, brought to you by 43 Esports, by Yelsa versus Rivers State. 2 states, 1 champion. Top gamers from both states get to participate and grind out in this particular competition. Which state is going to be crowned the best in the Niger Delta? We are going to find out. This is something that you all should anticipate. A big one coming soon. Bayelsa versus River State. We call this the Niger Delta Derby. I mean, so far so good. We've seen great gamers from Bayelsa come up in the Division 2. There might be more. I mean, this is a platform for them to showcase that, look, we're not just going to sit behind and watch from the streams. We are also going to participate. And River State also, we've seen a lot of gamers here in River State, and we are going to test how good, how well they can perform against their fellow brothers from the Niger Delta. I mean, what do you think about this particular one, Himself?
Well, it's something, there's this rivalry that always happens interstate, and this is exactly what's happening. The Bayelsa gamers saying we are superior to the River State gamers, and now we've decided to let them battle it out. So I expect lots of fun. I expect tension from both sides. But now the question is, which players do you think will represent River State?
Well, for one, the best player in River State currently, which is Dexter, and most likely I'm going to see the top. Dexter would be in the mix for sure. I think Doom will also join that conversation. PJ definitely will be for Bayelsa there. River State. I think.
I think Controller.
It's Controller actually from River State. But he's going to still rep the state anyway. So yes. I mean, I'm certain of River State bringing up, players to do the job. People like Dexter, people like Doom, people like Controller in that picture. Also Fonzie as well.
Yeah, you could say basically every player in the elite league has things down. Maybe we could actually hire Shocker to play for River State.
Nah. There's going to be serious riot once we decide to make Shocker decamp from Bayelsa to River State.
Oh, Shocker is actually from Delta, so not
Well, boy, I mean, he's known as a Bayelsa gamer. I know.
Yeah. Actually, that's funny because I actually thought he was a Bayelsa gamer as well until the comments one day was like Shocker is from Warri and.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah,
like they had to remind you.
They had to.
So trust me, guys, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be wonderful. This is something that you should anticipate. A big one coming from 43 Esports, the Niger Delta Derby. Do well to anticipate. We will bring more information to you. Just do well to follow us up on our social media pages on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on TikTok. That's where you get all the live updates, all the information you need about participating and about viewing. Also, sponsorship deals can also come in. Just hit up, the DMs of 43 Esports. First match of the day, we saw Chuku drop points after a long time out from the Rsdl to Richie, who is in need of points. I mean, 4-1. 4-1 is a good win for me, for Richie.
Yeah, it's a good win, but it's really funny because you say the scoreline doesn't actually depict how the match went.
Exactly.
But I'm sure Richie wouldn't care. He needs the points. He needed the win, and that's what he got. You could say he actually wanted this more, and that's why he was able to grind out that win. 4-1 win for himself.
Well, yes. Another banger coming out from the University of Port Harcourt. We have the King of the Port 2026. This is a Uniport Campus Esports tournament and brought to you by 43 Esports and also the Student Union Government of the University of Port Harcourt. So if you know you are a gamer and you are in Port Harcourt, Uniport precisely, this is a chance for you to start out your esports journey, and you can start it out right there in your school, University of Port Harcourt. This is a chance for you to showcase your skills. This is a chance for you to get the limelight here and also to clinch the title of the King of the Port. It is going to commence next month from the 15th to the 27th of July. Right. So the tournament, consists of only 16 players. So do well to grab your spot while you can. King of the Port. I think the recent winner, should I say the person who has the title currently, the 2025.
11. I don't know.
Well, I wanted you to I wanted you to say I don't know if you to spit out that name. Right.
So he's been holding that title for probably the past 2 years. I don't know.
Oh wow, for real.
Yeah, I think there hasn't really been any competition ever since he was able to get that win and was declared the best player in the University of Port Harcourt. But sadly for him, he tried qualification to the Rsdl, but got knocked out in the knockout stages. And now maybe he can actually go here to probably see if he can defend his title. I don't know.
He's still in Uniport.
Does it really matter?
I think yes, you have to be in Uniport for you to participate. So I think last I heard it's done, but I don't know how you get to qualify into this. Well, the best thing or your startup is to scan the barcode just by your right. If you know you're in Uniport, just scan the barcode. Or if you know you want to register, you want to participate, scan the barcode to your right and join in the group chat. I think there is where you get all the informations you need. Back then in my days when I was, when I was doing this gaming thing, when I was badass then. I don't understand why you laughing. I was
of course.
I was good. My name San. Don't be say one thing. Ask around.
Of course.
But sadly, I'm not in Uniport anymore. That was like 5 years back. So I would have competed if I was still in Uniport. So I mean, it's something. I mean, back then we didn't have this opportunity. We were just, it's just really the local gamings in game lounges, in game centers, then just local competitions. But now we get an opportunity to put you out there. You're not just going to game, and you have receipts now.
Yeah.
You're going to have social media receipts, and it's also a possible start for your esports campaign. I mean, if you want to become an esports athlete, this is the bedrock opportunity for you to start that journey. The next game of the day, Roland taking on Coldest Snow. I mean, Roland is in 10th position, also in the relegation zone. And Coldest Snow, aside from the top three, Coldest Snow has been the one that has blown my mind for you. And we can see that in the recent statistics there, where he holds, would I call that a title now? But
Yeah,
he holds the record of having the most goals scored so far in the Division 2. Playing against somebody like Roland today, man. I don't why you're not even letting me land. You're laughing already. Like you already know what to expect.
no,
Yeah.
Roland said, I don't care about defending. And we recorded Snow. I probably have rewatched that clip and say, okay, I'm going to make you care about defending as time goes on. And so I'm sure. But one thing about Roland, that he's always locked in, and
Yeah,
his
true.
chaotic style of play can actually give him the edge in some games in which the opponent wants to have control. So I don't know how Coder Snow is going to cope against that. Roland, in my opinion, should just stop Codes No from scoring in the first 5 minutes, because that guy over the past 3 games, he's managed to
Yeah.
get a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Wow, it's a record, honestly. I mean, it's no surprise why he is the holder of the most goals so far in the Rsdl. That guy, I mean, I'm expecting a lot of goals in this particular fixture, if you ask me. But we might just see, there is this tension, there is this dog that comes out in you when you know, I'm facing relegation and I need to turn up. So we saw that in the last game now, Richie against Chuku, who we know always dominates literally every game he plays. I mean, we saw that except for one, I think that game against Larry, due to some reasons. I mean,
Yeah.
also the only match that he lost again was against
Shocker.
Shocker. So aside that, every other game, Chuku has been able to dominate so far. But we saw Richie here grind out a 4-1 win against Chuku. A 4-1 win against Chuku there. And that, I'm not going to say that was because he was in relegation zone, but I mean, he does a lot to your mentals, knowing fully well that if I lose this particular fixture, I am down and out, right? And then again, you're seeing players like Roland go up against Coldest Snow. Roland knowing fully well that, man, Richie has jumped from 6 points to 9 points, and he's coming for my position. He's going to leapfrog me if I drop points in this particular game. And he is faced with literally the worst opponent he can be faced against. Well, they're still if there's a word like worster, there are still worster opponents to face. But at this particular point right now, facing the player with the most goals scored so far in the Rsdl, it's not something you want at this particular time in your campaign in the Rsdl.
Definitely not. And he's in the relegation zone, so he knows coming up against a guy whose attack is so free flowing is really, really dangerous. And his statement, I said, I don't really care about defending. I think he might have to backtrack in this particular game, because if Coder Snow happens to put 3 goals past him in the first half, he would look to actually lock up the defense and still try to build up attacks that will get him goals. Another fixture we just caught my eye now is a game between Shocker and Cisco Fingers.
I mean, the guys in the relegation zone have it bad today. I mean, they have it bad. We saw Richie scale through against Chuku. I'm not so sure this is something that's going to keep reoccurring today. I mean, seeing the underdogs beat the top dogs. So, I mean, the public prediction actually gave Richie 55% chance of
yeah.
beating Chuku. So, I don't know about the public prediction of this particular game, but I don't know.
But
The Cisco Fingers Shocker's game. Why are you making me laugh now, guy? I don't know what to expect. It's going to be one of two things. Is it that we're going to be shocked, or there's going to be a blowout?
I would love to be shocked because Chisco
So
Fingers
wait,
actually
wait, wait.
winning.
When you say shocked, what do you mean? Shocked as in Shocker is going to shock? Because we know if Shocker beating Chukuchuku is not, it's not going to be shocking. So are you saying Chisco Fingers getting the best of Shocker is going to be? Yes,
Yes, definitely,
definitely. It's
definitely.
going to be
And
shocking.
you know why I would love that outcome. It throws the league wide open again. Now, one day one is probably watching somewhere, hoping that Chisco can pull up a miracle. And if Chisco happens to pull up that miracle, the league is wide open because now one day one has a chance of winning. To an extent, El Dorado has a chance of winning, and maybe even Chukuchuku still probably has a chance of winning. And that
Chukuchuku
means,
still has two more games today. 1-1 is one of those games, and I think
oh
he also
yeah,
has a game against against Coldest Snow too. So it is going to be a lot for him, a lot for him. This was literally the easiest game
easiest
for him
game,
to
yeah.
win today, and he lost it. And now I don't know how that is going to work for him, his mentals per se. But I know Chukuchuku is a top player. He's not somebody that lets a loss get to him. I think the last game we saw him feature in was the game against.
Larry.
My goodness, that was my goodness. And he came up with a 5-1 loss there. And also he came up with a 4-1 loss against could this be
Richie. And
could
that's two
this
losses in a row now.
two
And
losses in a row, and he's going up against Coldest Snow
Coldest Snow.
and against 1A1. These are two top players. I mean, sitting in the third and fourth position.
Wow.
Wow. Nobody has it easy in the Rsdl. Nobody.
He needs to fix up, and I feel he should be able to at least get
At least 3 points
three
from one
points
of
out
these
of yeah
matches. Yeah.
out of
3 points from one of these matches is a good result, if you ask me.
yeah, it is
A
because he
loss,
still has
a win, and a draw. Not so bad.
yeah and he still has more games to play, so I think he's kind of safe for now. The players who actually need all the wins as soon as
All the
possible,
wins.
the likes of Richie and Indabuski,
Ugh,
Cisco Fingers, and to
Okay.
an extent Mr. Morale.
to an extent, Mr. Morale.
Yeah, to an extent. Roland as well. I actually forgot. Roland.
Well, Roland will face off against Coldest Snow in a bit. Let's talk about the next match. Probably after Roland. Immediately Roland is done with Coldest Snow, he has Bruce to play.
Bruce, yeah, that guy is he's had ups and downs in the Rsdl.
It's not been exactly stable. Other than the fact that he tries his best to grind out draws from. I mean, it's like every time he goes into a game, his first mindset is I'm getting points from this game. So even if he's not in winning position, he tries as much as possible to grind out the draw. I think he's the player with the most draws this season.
Yeah, actually, he is. He's the player with the most draws, and I feel as long as he's able to actually get into the RSPL, he wouldn't really care because as things stand, you could say he's kind of safe. It's kind of safe as things stand, and he'll be looking to just probably see out more draws if that can actually get him to the RSPL. I don't think he'll care.
Well, as we know, first to ninth get to go into the Pro League proper. So that is the aim for everybody right now. I mean, from what we're seeing, we're already seeing that Shocker, 1A1,
El
Dorado, and a little bit of Coldest Snow
yeah.
are fighting for that top 3 position. So everybody right now has to settle for the 4th to the 9th position. So it's just 5 positions, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's trying their possible best to squeeze themselves into those positions. So it's going to be really, really important henceforth, the games with which everybody is playing. It's very, very important to grind out points. Bruce, you said he will be comfortable finishing anywhere,
Anywhere not in the relegation zone.
anywhere as so far as not in the relegation zone. He's just trying his best to stay afloat, trying his best to just hang in there, somewhere, anywhere around the 4th to the 9th position.
Most players coming to the RSDL, they had high hopes thinking, okay, maybe I can get a win, I can finish in the top 3. But as the league progresses, at that point, you just want to qualify. You just want
Make
you
I
don't really
just
care about where you
qualify.
finish. You
Give
just
me
want to
qualification. I know they fighting.
you're just
And
looking to get into the RSPL.
like
You don't care about how you do it or where you finish. You can finish in the ninth and you'll be having smiles all over
I'm
your
telling
face
you,
because
people are going to have breathers finishing in the ninth position.
like for one, I am sure Indabuski at this point he just wants to finish outside the relegation zone because
It's going to be tough. It's going to
yeah,
be really
it's going
tough.
to be really
As
tough
much
for him.
as the fight for the title looks like it is a one-man horse race right about now. I mean, until Shoka drops points, then we can call it a two-man horse race. But for now, Shoka is in pole lead to get the title, and our second and third position is also there up for grabs. And the fourth to the fifth position, or the fourth to the ninth position per se. I don't really think there's a fight. The major fight for me is in the relegation zone. And if the guys who right about now are in the fifth to ninth position, if they do not lock in, if that's the word, if they do not lock in at this point, these guys coming from the relegation zone might prove to be a problem for them. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. They need to lock in sooner rather than later. We're already in the closing stages of the RSDL, so they need to actually lock in because there can be switches in between. There can be switches,
Telling you,
and
at the end of the day, we might get to just see the table looking a whole lot different than it was last week.
yeah, that's very, but probably except from the top spots, or mainly from the relegation zone, it could be a whole lot different. But I want to ask you, out of the four players currently in the relegation zone, which player do you feel probably has a chance of actually getting relegation?
A chance. A chance. I can't say. I don't know. For now, I can't say. I mean, we've got Roland, we've got Ndaboski, we've got Chisco Fingers, we've got Richie. Richie right now has just jumped to 9 points, right? But he lacks goals, so he's still going to be sitting at the bottom table. Chisco Fingers is facing off against Shoka. I'm not the public prediction. I'm not the voting public prediction, but that looks like a 5% chance or a 10% chance
Well,
of Chisco Fingers getting
well,
a point, at least a point safe.
you know one thing, anytime the public actually is against another player, they always seem to do surprising things and probably get a win. So we all love surprises. We love surprises, and if Chisco happens to like just somehow, I don't want to say scam a win because it can actually be deserved, but if he does happen to get a win over Shocker, I promise you, El Dorado is going to be one of his biggest fans, and so
I'm
would
telling you.
1A1. And even Code Snow to an extent, because I feel all those guys actually have a chance of getting the top spot for the RSDL.
What else that Roland also taking on Roland and Indaboski also in the relegation zone. You asked me who I think will be able to escape this. If Roland puts up a good fight against Codesno, then surely I think he has a chance. But I can't exactly say who has a chance of getting out of this relegation zone. But trust me, I can pinpoint one person I feel is definitely getting relegated. Yeah, that's
Sorry, who is that?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. But I know this person has points, but so far so good. Let's just be honest with ourselves. He has been disappointing in this campaign. He has actually, and his wins has not really been so confident. I mean, his wins have not really been statement wins. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to say anything up until the last week, which is week 5. So for match day 1 and match day 2 of week 4, we're going to either see miracles happening or we're going to see.
I'm saying for free that most of those players will really hope those miracles happen, especially if you're the 13th and the 12th, because you're probably on 9 and 10 points.
Just 9 points. 10 points now.
10, 10, 9. Indaboski on 10, Chisco on 10, and Richie on 9.
And we see Mr. Morale there also. He's also just a point above relegation zone. I mean, it's in the ninth position. That spot that everybody is that spot that everybody is
Everybody's
fighting
fighting
for
for.
is there, and it's just a point above these guys. And I think he has a game today.
He's hanging by a thread as things stand, and
Okay, he doesn't have a game today. He has a game tomorrow.
so he's watching closely because of.
Watching seriously closely. I mean, if Roland gets a point out of this particular fixture, Roland, Roland will leapfrog. Roland will leapfrog Mr. Morale into the ninth position, dragging Mr. Morale down into that danger zone. Indaboski also 10 points. I think Indaboski plays tomorrow. If also Mr. Indaboski can grind out a point against Morale or against anybody he comes up against tomorrow, then it is going to spell problem for Mr. Morale. So it is really nervy for these two guys. Honestly, there's a lot at stake. A lot at stake. Every point at this particular stage of the game now, every point
It's
matters.
needed, yeah. Every point matters.
Every goal also matters because I'm seeing here that Mr. Morale just has a +1 goal difference. Indaboski too, a +1 goal difference. Sorry. Mr. Morale has a -1 goal difference.
Wow.
And Roland and Indaboski has a +1 goal difference. So,
You know how crazy it is that the only man who was able to make Shocker drop points is probably at risk of getting relegated.
I don't know, man. He was on some sort of vibe that day that Shocker could not just explain. The only man to take away points from Shocker in the Division 2 this season is struggling to stay or to get promoted into the Pro League. This is not something I saw coming. Ever since that game against Shocker, I thought, man,
This
this
guy
is
was
for him to grind a point against Shocker. This is somebody that would, if it's not the second or the third position, he's just going to be up there. But
I don't know how many. I think he's won just one game ever since he was able to get that 3-0 draw against
oh
Shocker.
my goodness.
And since then, he does happen to draw his next game. Other than that, he's been on a losing streak. He's been losing games here and there. Games you'd expect him to probably come out on top. He will happen to drop points and not just drop 2 points. He will drop all 3 points by losing the game. And I'm sure he probably goes home and probably rewatches his games, probably thinking, what am I doing wrong here? And he needs to really fix up because that ninth position is really people really want that position. They just want that position, and he knows that.
I mean, Mr. Morale is somebody who I would love to see in the Pro League. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, I basically want to see all these players at the Pro League, but unfortunately,
Definitely there are some that okay, look, this guy has to be in the Pro League. This guy is going to bring drama into the Pro League. He's going to bring this excitement. He's going to bring I don't know the word to use right now, but there's somebody you look at and you think, nah, this guy is supposed to be Pro League now.
Yeah, okay, like for example, someone like Code Snow, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, he's with the goals there and all. He's top with the goals. So has the best attack in the league so far. So surely he should be there. Mr. Morale also, yes. I mean, you would just love to see names that have been hyped.
True, yes, true. You love to see names that have, but like you said, there are some players you will see and they'll be like, this name should be in the Pro League. That means you're saying that there are players that you actually see and be like, these names should not be in the Pro League.
Don't put words in my mouth right now. I'm just saying, so far so good, right? You have been watching the stream. So far so good. I think the viewers too can bear with me. If you're watching live and you're listening to us live, right? Do tell us. So far so good. You've been watching the stream. Who do you think doesn't deserve to get into the Pro League? Forget about what the league says at this point. Just tell me what you think, right? I mean, from the gameplay so far, who has not been impressive enough? Who is somebody that every time you watch his games or his matches, you feel this intense hope for this guy to deliver, and then they don't turn up. I mean, it's unfortunate for some persons. They try their best. Their gameplay is good. If they get everything on point, but at the end of the game, it is that winning mentality that they don't have. So that is just the issue for me. So if you do know who you feel needs to get into the Pro League, who you feel deserves to be in the Pro League, do let us know. in the comment section. As we see Cold Snow and Roland.
Then again, we've had the two players who happen to actually be the highest goal scorers are Bayelsa gamers. So I'm asking myself, what do they feed those guys there?
I don't know, those guys, when it comes to 95 rated, they're just something else.
Yeah, I remember PJ basically putting goals past anyone he met. Everyone, it was basically almost a blowout. You know, one thing about PJ is once he's scored about 3 goals, you as the opponent, you happen to lose all composure. And once you lose that composure, PJ is going to add more goals. And for example, you can ask Dexter, after the first half in that game, I think the game was 3-2-1 or 3-2 after the first half. If I tell you that game ended 8-2, you will not believe me. But PJ is one guy that he first tries to demoralize you, and after doing that, it's curtains.
I'm seeing a comment here from Duru Daniel saying Indaboski doesn't deserve to. Well, what can you say? Him just say something.
For me, in my opinion, I feel Endabuski will probably still be able to get into the Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, if he can just manage to get, I think he has played. If I'm not mistaken, he has played 10 games. He's played 10 games, right?
Yeah, he's
Yes, he
currently
has played 10 games. So he has 3 more games. No, he has 2 more games to play. My goodness. 2 more games to play. And he can't drop. That's just the answer is he cannot drop points at this moment.
Yeah, he knows, and I think he's watching the stream here because he commented sweet relegation battle. So he knows he's there, he knows what he needs to do.
My goodness, he says sweet relegation battle. So he needs maximum points from both matches. I think I don't know if he has played all his hard matches, but I think he has faced off most of the dangerous gamers we have in the Division 2. So at this point, he needs to grind up maximum points at this stage. So that comment there saying Indaboski doesn't deserve to be, well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, he started off poorly, right? But we could see that talent was still there. We could see that this guy, he has a lot in his back pocket to dish out. But I mean, this is FC26, the game updates. You need to
keep, like, you need to know
you need to
what
stay
is
afloat.
happening. Exactly.
You need to just be in the know of what is going on. Every patch, every grind, every disc that is coming out, you seriously need to get acquainted with it so as not to be left behind. And I think that has just been his problem. We've seen that over the times in his gameplays where he still stubbornly sticks to his 4-3-3 attack or 4-3-3 holding.
I really don't know. I just hope that he's actually changed that because I think you should go with the meta. You should go with what others are using. You should go with what the pros are using, what works for them. But in the Vuski, I don't know if he's actually switched probably to the 4-5-1 or the 4-4-1-1, or he still decides to go with his 4-3-3 attack. I don't know. Probably I feel he just uses what works for him, what he feels works for him. But at this point, it hasn't been working. You don't need to be so rigid. You can actually test out new formations, test out new tactics.
Well,
where it holds.
I'm seeing another comment here from Remy Presh saying Mr. Morale, of course. But I'm not certain if this comment says Mr. Morale should not, of course, be in the Pro League or should, of course, be in the Pro League. What do you think?
Well, I think the person was probably saying Mr. Morale should not be in the Pro League.
Wait. Wait. Mr. Morale, of course, that's what the comment says, right? So you're saying this person means Mr. Morale, of course, should not be in the Pro League.
Definitely, because he's had disappointing performances, and
my goodness,
he knows he's had disappointing performances. So the fans have been watching. They know, like, this guy will he just be an addition if he goes into the Pro League? I don't know. So I feel the comments meant Mr. Morale should not be in the Pro League. But Remy Press, if you could actually indicate what you meant, maybe should Mr. Morale be in the Pro League or not be in the Pro League? We'd really love to know.
How the mighty have fallen.
Real.
Mr. Morale, who everyone looked up to. I mean, he had such an impressive run in the knockout stages. We could see that win there against Captain, grinding out a 6-0 win. And we thought, my goodness, we are in for a lot of surprises in the Division 2 league. But only for him to fall so bad after that draw against Shocker. I mean, he has had amazing spells here, but so far his campaign has been bad.
Yeah, really, really bad. And
And
I'm
he
sure
knows it. He knows it.
lots of his fans are quite disappointed. Someone like PJ, who is has been on the high end when supporting Mr. Morale, and now Mr. Morale hasn't returned defeat by getting those wins against his opponent, and there are lots and lots of disappointed people for against Mr. Morale, I must say. So he needs to fix up because right now that his position looks like salivating for other players. They're just trying to just clinch onto that ninth position, and Mr. Morale at the same time knows he's kind of safe but not so safe, and would love to get a win to probably keep him in the safe zone.
Well, I'm seeing a comment here from Duri Daniel again saying Mr. Morale said he is. Mr. Morale said he's a fraud, so no need even debating it. I mean, I think this is just him being humble to the fact that he knows he has been poor. I'm not necessarily going to label Mr. Morale a fraud, but I mean, if you cannot grind out points in the Division 2 league to get into the Pro League, then you're a fraud. I mean, no matter how we try to paint it, that's exactly what it's just. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because these guys were hyped. I mean, if I'm going to mention players that were hyped to get into this, to get into the Pro League, we have players like Shocker, we have players like Indaboski, we have players like Mr. Morale, we have players like Eldorado. I mean, it's just new cats who got onto the scene that were not giving so much hype. People like Roland, people like Bruce, people like Bright. But to our surprise, it is these guys who have been holding on to the promotion spots and not giving any to these guys who have been hyped up to, progress into the Pro League.
I think that just goes to show it's not basically about the names, it's about what you can do, because even the big names have been really disappointing, and the players which like nobody really knows coming into the Rsdl tournament, nobody really knew them coming into this league fees, but now they've actually surprised lots and lots of people.
Well, the second match of the game is underway. Roland against Cold Snow. Roland, who is battling for the relegation stages, trying to grind his way up into the promotion spots. And Cold Snow, who is on a run, the best attack in the league currently. 37 goals scored already. And do let us know in the comment section what you think about this particular game. Do you think... My goodness! What was that?
I really can't tell what happened there.
What did I see?
That was a huge chance there.
No, that's not a huge chance. That was an empty post. Like, the goal was empty. If you literally just do... That ball is into the net. Well, he might be punished now because Codes is in his box. Codes!
At least you could say Mr. Roland to an extent has actually defended well, because 15 minutes in and Cold Snow hasn't scored a goal yet.
It's a record.
Definitely a record, considering the last three opponents, they got popped in the first 5 minutes.
This could be something. Roland missing a very, very huge chance there to put him ahead. Can he make this? He scores! My goodness! Roland draws first blood in this particular fixture. I told you, Roland is unlike the other gamers that Cold Snow is familiar with. This guy has a way of playing that I think I spoke too soon there, because Codes with an equalizer almost immediately. That reply, so cold. Roland will definitely have to take serious considerations on his defending here on out.
You know, for a moment, Mr. Morale's heart sank until Codesno was able to get this goal to draw this game level as things stand. But then again, the game is still wide open and we are in for surprises. Anything could happen. And Roland, with the way he's playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he manages to get a win in this game.
Roland with France, Codes with Brazil. It is 1-1. 26 minutes gone, and Roland looking to add another. Roland! He gets another. He gets ahead. It is 2-1. What a game.
Like I said, this guy, his style of play is not just the usual possession game. He does counters. He loves the chaotic style of play, and that's exactly what he's into Codesno. Yeah, Codesno trying to struggling a bit to keep up his Roland's chaotic style of play, and he's
off the post. Codes with a chance to draw level, but that just came off the post there. Unlucky, very unlucky for him. This is the first game I'm seeing Codes not make out a statement in the first 30 minutes. I mean, in other games we see Codesno 30 minutes, he's already made a statement. And
yeah,
it's almost curtains for anybody participating in any game with him at this point. But here on, we see Roland, who is desperate for points. I mean, it's just like how the Premier League is, you know, when you get to week 30, week 31. Codes, my goodness. What was that?
Huge miss there from Codes. I'm sure Roland is.
This could actually spell danger for Codes. Barely you ever see Codes miss opportunities like this. I mean, this guy is lethal in attacking. He doesn't miss a lot of chances.
He doesn't.
But today we've seen him throw away 2 golden chances to get ahead. And you know how EA does this thing, how FC does it. You lose a lot of chances and I come back to haunt you. But Codes might not be that person that statement affects, because he has leveled it. It is 2-2 now, and he's pushing to get the lead. 42 minutes for the first half.
One thing I love about Codes is how he takes the game to you. He doesn't let you settle in. As soon as he gets the ball, he's on the attack. You can see him double tapping that sprint button, just looking to burst past Roland's defenders. Roland keeping up pretty well, though, in my opinion.
But that is the end of the first half between these two. Roland against Codesno. 2 apiece. Second half is underway. And Roland needs all the points he can get from this particular fixture. Codesno in a very comfortable position in 4th. Sitting in 4th. It's not so bothered. But Roland has it all to lose if he loses this. The shot there! And another shot again. Massive save there from Roland's goalkeeper. Codes will take this corner shot. So far in the second half, Codes has been the one mounting all the pressure, asking all the questions.
I must say the Codes of match week 3 would have probably popped about 5 goals past this Roland's defense.
I'm telling you.
But unfortunately for him, he's not been so clinical in this game against Roland, and you could see that he's kind of disappointed in himself. Missed 2 to 3 his chances in this game already, and there's still lots of time.
There's still time to play for. 30 minutes more to play for. We can see this game go either ways. There's Roland defending really well there. It's about to start at an attack. Mbappe sees the running behind for Doe. Doe, can he bury this? Oh my goodness, what a save!
That shot was straight at the goalkeeper. You'd have expected him to finesse it into the top corner there, but
I think he rushed that attack there. I mean, you're through on goal. What's the essence of you? Wow.
That was a huge miss there from Roland.
Another chance for Roland to get ahead. Saved. Roland now with a short corner. After 9 minutes gone, Still 2-2. This is the very, very strange result. There are goals, yes, but results doesn't really say much about how this game has panned out so far. Players, nobody wants to stick with possession at this point.
This game just reminds me a lot of the PSG Bayern game in the Champions League, the 5-4 game. This is basically a replay here because as soon as each player gets the ball, they just want to go on the attack. They don't want to like settle things down and see if they can build up. This is just straight up attacking.
So far, I'm not seeing anybody recycling passes in the midfield. You get that ball, you're sprinting forward, triggering runs, sending the ball to that runner.
I've always said it. If you play this kind of game against Roland, there's a really high chance that you're going to lose because this is where this guy thrives.
Yeah,
it's where he thrives. He loves this counter me, I counter you kind of game. Codes would really need to be wary of that because he hasn't been so clinical, and now Roland could easily punish him.
For me, I think that's where it shows you're grown as a gamer, when you can be able to depict the gameplay of your opponent and find a way to dismantle his tactics. Codes, for the first time in this game, has gone ahead, and as things stand, it is spelling trouble for Roland at the moment. That was a good goal, don't you think?
Yeah, really, really good goal. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and this time around, he didn't miss that. You see that play along
there. Yeah, almost got through. That had gone through, that would have been problems. That would have been curtains for Roland. It's not over. There's still danger. Coldest attacking. Vinicius in pole position. Oh my goodness, what a save!
The way this guy builds up to his shots is just something I've not seen before. You could see the way the directed runs right from Vinicius cutting inside and probably getting that final pass there to Luis Henrique, who wasn't able to get the goal there. But see, everything about that build-up was just really beautiful.
80 minutes now. Roland has it all to do at this point. If things end like this, he is in serious problems of not getting qualifications into the Pro League. He has lost that chance there with that attack. Codes can't seem to hold on to possession. Here is Roland with Mbappe chance. Oh my goodness, a save! I cannot believe this. That was a chance for him to at least pinch a point. And Codes, my point. With a diving header, Luis Enrique has done the job for Codes now. What a goal that is.
What a beautiful goal that is.
Very, very beautiful goal there from this guy, Codes. The player with the best attack in the Division 2 so far has pulled out something. A goal there that should be nominated goal of the week, if you ask me, because barely you ever get to see diving headers like that.
The fact that he thought of making a cross there is already enough a reason for that goal to be nominated as the goal of the week, because the crossing is not something we see so much in SC26, but this guy, he just goes against the ordinary and does it.
My goodness, Roland there, starting off impressively well. Really sad that he could not see out that win. I mean, Codes, I told you, this is the wrongest person for him to face at this point. Codes with the best attack in the league. I mean, you score, yes, and you are also somebody that, throws out the care for your defense. How long can you last against somebody like that? I mean, once in a while, you're always going to go behind. And that was the case for this guy, Roland.
I think Codes just showed exactly why he has the best attack in the league. You could say he could have gotten more goals because he missed about 3 really good chances, or probably 4, and it could have actually been one of those blowout wins. But on the other hand, I must commend Roland because that guy, see, once, like I said, once you want to play this chaotic style of play, that's where
Yeah,
he tries. And you could see Coldest, you could say it's experience that made Coldest
true.
actually win that game.
Yes, because in the first half, man, it was something. I mean, I think Roland was actually forcing Codes to play according to what he wanted. We could see that the 2-2
Yeah,
in the first half, actually.
yeah, like I said, the only reason Codes was actually able to get a win was basically because of experience. Once you want to take the game to rural, once you try to adapt to his style of play, you're almost bound to lose. And we've seen it time and time again. Players actually does. That's why he has given some shockers in the league this season. In the game against Matala trying to see maybe if he can control the game. But Roland didn't let him do that. And when Machala decided to go chaos for chaos, Roland had the upper hand there. And Codes almost lost this game because of that. But Codes being Codes, the experience came into play and he was able to get a 4-2 win.
So let's talk about Roland now for a second. Roland, 10 games played, 10 points. Wow.
Now his goal difference just tanked a little bit.
Yeah. He's in the minus now. He's in the negative now for goal differences.
Samorao is probably somewhere watching closely and is smiling as well because that win from Codes, no, that's like a Bayelsa brother helping a fellow Bayelsa player because Mr. Morale definitely doesn't want to get relegated, but with that win now he could say he can have a breather because now Roland doesn't play until I don't know, until Bruce, and
Yes, his next match is against Bruce.
his
Which is
next
coming
match
up
is against
next.
Bruce, which is that's coming. Wow. So you could say you see the public winning prediction. They already tipping Bruce to win this game. So Mr. Mura will actually be going with the public there because it will benefit him more. On the other hand, Bruce, like I said, this guy, he doesn't really care where he finishes. He just wants to gain qualification.
Bruce is in 7th position actually, and with 15 points, 10 game played. So he has 2 games left. So this is actually the 11th, and then one more game. So I think if he seals out a win in this particular fixture, that goes a lot to solidify his place in the promotions for the professional league.
Yeah, it's expected because this guy right from the knockout series, we said it that he was something special. But you could say it's not been exactly what we would have expected for him in the Division 2.
True.
But as long as he's able to get promotion into the RSPL, maybe he can now finally show us why we think he's one of the best in the gaming community.
Well, Roland, at this point, he has lost 1 game. I think he had 3 games left. He has lost 1. So he has just 2 more. And see, if there was a way they could share the 3 points within each other, I'm pretty sure they will take that. But sadly, that's not the case. Roland needs points at this moment. He needs, in fact, his next 2 games, he needs 6 points. If he cannot be certain of 6 points, then
I don't think he's yet to face Bright yet. I think.
I can't remember.
I don't think he's played against Bright. I can't remember, but that's another player we've not really spoken about ever since like match week 2 because he's just been around there, in the Premier League. You see that Bournemouth Crystal Palace range.
Yeah, the 9th, 10th position.
Exactly. The range that you're safe. But you can't actually fight for the title or anything. So Bright coming into this league, we expected lots of things from that guy because of the showdown he put up in the qualification stages, and he actually started the league pretty well.
True.
Until he did not. So but one thing I feel is that Bright is kind of safe. He's getting promoted to the RSPL next season, so I feel he doesn't really care about what's going on in the relegation zone. He's afloat. He already has 1 leg into the RSPL already, so
Well, he's 16 points. He has 16 points currently, and he has played 10 games, so he has 2 more games to go. And the relegation zone at this point starts with 10 points, right? So from 10th to 13th, that's 10 points. So if he loses 2 games, his next 2 games, right, that leaves him in a bad situation. Because
What's his goal difference like? Because I feel
he's on a minus. He's on a negative, actually. But I mean, there are still players who are still going to lose. Definitely, we just saw Roland do that, and we've not seen the likes of Indaboski play. We've not seen the likes of Chisco Fingers play. And Chisco Fingers has a tough matchup against Shocker, so definitely something shocking will happen in that fixture. So we head on to the third stream of the day. Bruce taking on Roland. Roland, who just lost his last match against Coldest Snow, is languishing in the relegation zone. He's fighting his way up to the safe spot to get into the Pro League. At this point, Roland cannot afford
to lose
at this point. He has it all to do in this game and in his last game. As for Bruce is in 7th position, and Bruce is in 7th position, and I'm not going to call that a so comfortable position, but for now he's okay. It depends on what this match plays out, then we can actually say for certain. Well, Bruce and Roland, both teams using USA. France. I don't know what that USA is.
Considering how well they've played in the World Cup, I feel you're low-key rooting for them.
But nobody's using USA so far in the division too.
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't think it should have come to mind because USA is not. Nobody really sees them as a footballing nation. We know it's 95 rated, and you could actually opt for teams. But I feel
the choice, right?
But you're more confident with the players, you know their position, so you don't go on triggering wrong players. If you know this player's name, like this is Pedri and he's playing as an attacking midfielder, you wouldn't go playing as a defensive midfielder rather. You wouldn't go triggering him and making him run out of position. So I feel that's why these players, they opt for teams that they know the players and they know the positions they play. So playing for USA would have been surprising, but well,
there's still good players in USA anyways. Nets and Roland has gotten the first goal in this game. 22 minutes. Just in case you don't know who scored or what team they're using. They're both using France, and Roland is in the away colours of France. He just got a goal. Bruce and the home kits of France. Roland now with that goal. I told you earlier, at this point, Roland doesn't need to drop points at all. Like, he needs 6 points for him to stand a chance to get into the Pro League. Surely, it looks like he's getting his homework done because he has gotten the first goal. Can Bruce reply? That is the question. Can Roland hold on to his win? Hold on to his lead? Find out. So far, so well. He has been defending better than he did in the game against Coldest Snow. You see that runs there. Then Douay, surely! Roland has gotten a 2-goal advantage. 31 minutes gone. Told you earlier, there's something being in the relegation zone does to you. You play with an extra.
One thing I must say about Roland is his counter-attacking. He's basically an epitome of what counter-attack looks like. And again, his sliding tackles. This is basically the only guy I've seen that uses that O button to make those sliding tackles. Most players are actually scared of doing that, but this Roland guy, he just does it, and almost everyone is inch perfect. And now you can see there in the lead. He's not the kind of player to want to get managed, so you could expect more goals from him.
I've been impressed with Bruce's gameplay so far. How about you?
I would have expected more. He's not been able to get a shot off in this game so far, and that's not what we would have expected coming into this game. It's been all Roland, and sure Bruce knows that and will look to fix up.
40 minutes. And I'm certain that Roland is not so comfortable with just 2 goals. He's going to be looking to add more because his goal difference was decimated in the last game against Cold as Snow. He's on a negative, and he'll be looking to make that a positive. That low cross into the box found no one. My goodness, Bruce has given the ball away to Roland. Can he get one before the halftime whistle? There is Roland being patient at the byline. Looking for that pass, but that was a lazy pass there. Surely that is the whistle for the halftime between these two. I must say the first half has been all Roland. Totally dominated. Roland has been the name to sing in the first half. Find out what the next 45 minutes would hand out towards Bruce. It's been disappointing. Here's that long through pass intercepted.
Like you said, Roland has actually defended well in this particular game against Bruce. Or you could actually say Bruce's attack is not as competent as Coldest Snow. So it goes both ways in my opinion.
So we're not saying Bruce has been so bad. It's just Roland has defended better. And Bruce's attack hasn't been so venomous, unlike Coldest Snow's. Here's my goodness. You can see that little nod there from Roland. He knows, okay, 3 goals to nothing. It seems as if I have done the job now.
Yeah, I don't see
my last game.
I don't see him throwing away this lead. I don't see a world where he does that, because if Bruce decides to go all attacking now.
I was wondering when Bruce was going to get his first goal, and he has done that just now.
I was saying, if Bruce decides to go all attacking now, he's going to leave gaps in his defense, and
exactly.
Roland, Roland's
going to exploit that.
He will exploit the hell out of those gaps and get himself more goals. So I feel Bruce will still be really careful to defend properly and
just cut out goal differences. Yeah, that's the best option at this point. Roland, oh my goodness, off the post. A chance to get back his 3-goal advantage. My goodness, look at that sliding tackle again. Bruce, surely he must convert it to Tolise. Oh my goodness! That chip shot there was just a little bit too much. That must really, really sting. Losing such an opportunity like that to cut the goal difference to 1.
Definitely, and I'm sure he knows that. You could see his reaction once he let the shot off. It looked like it was about to go in, but in the last second you felt it was a bit too much, and everyone knows that, Bruce knows that, and he'll be...
Oh, if that had been able to take away that shot, man, that would have been something. Here is Bruce. Can get an opportunity again to cut the goal differences down to 1. He's attacking with Dembele. Finds Rabiot. Could not get that pass away to Mbampe. Hold on. Roland manages to get possession of that ball. 68 minutes gone. Roland still in the lead. 3-1. Roland with the chance now. He's in the box. He cuts back. Wonderful, wonderful goal there from Roland.
You know, one thing I love about Roland is how he forces you to play the way he wants to play.
Exactly, like,
you know, he will get the first goal early on, and then he will decide to start.
He makes you be in a rush.
He makes you be in a rush.
Yeah,
and you can see there from Bruce.
The counter-attack game, you get the ball. You're not even concerned about your midfield anymore. All you want to do is just, I need to get a goal. I need to get a goal.
And once you play that game against Roland, there's almost only one outcome, and you can see it here. Bruce losing 4-1.
Well, Bruce has cut the deficit again back to 2. He has been chasing this game all day. He's not been on his A game, if you ask me. And Roland will be glad Bruce didn't bring on his attacking boots. I mean, if he had scored that chance earlier on, it should have been 4-3. In that goal there, Roland to make it 4 goals. And that one-man run there with Mbappe. Just finish off that attack.
There's something he usually does. Once he's down the wing, you'd be expecting a cutback from this guy, but no, he will not decide to just burst past, and I feel it confuses most of the opponents at times because you feel as a pro, you should do that ball roll to get himself into space. But this guy has added another goal, getting himself free with Dembele, and of course, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper from the tight angle, and he opted for the near post. But Bruce about to reply, and just that.
We've seen 2 goals in the space of seconds.
That's seconds there.
Wonderful. I mean, the game didn't lack goals, which is one thing, but I must say for certain that Roland meant business from the start to the finish. It's 6 minutes done. The only negative for Roland in this particular game is goal difference has been cut short. I mean, imagine having this 5 goal and none was replied. Seen a comment here from the Rudana saying Bruce didn't stand a chance. Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, this ain't the Bruce we used to see. There's something different about the way Bruce plays. And I'm having a feeling it's because it's offside. I'm having a feeling it's because Roland has forced Bruce to play exactly the way he wants him to play. And, that will always spell problems for you when you have a certain kind of tactics that you want to pull out. And just because your opponent decides to play in a certain type of way, you decide to go band for band. And trust me, you're always, there's a larger probability that you're always going to fall short in that particular kind of tactics if you decide to opt for what you came into the gameplay with. So Roland with finally a 3 points of the day. I mean, he's just got one more game and he desperately needs 3 points now. Roland with 10 points earlier, but with this win, that sees him go to 13 points. Wow.
Yeah,
11 games played.
He's out of the relegation zone, right?
Yeah.
But for how long? For now.
For now.
Well, like I said, Roland, he brings the game to you. He brings the game to you. He will force you to play the way he loves playing. And once you start playing that way, you're going to just need a little bit more experience to be able to get a win over him. I could see it in the first game against Coder Snow. I said Coder Snow, just use them experience to get a hold of that game. Or I could actually say
Coder Snow. I think Coder Snow actually took a chill pill in the second half. Yes, he was attacking, but there was a way he attacked that he didn't in the first half. And I was attacking with much should I say confidence? If I should say.
Yeah. Roland would take away that confidence.
He wasn't aimlessly just attacking. He was attacking with a focal point, and that was where he was able to find passes in behind the defenders that Roland was not covering, and that was what gave Coder Snow the win there. But in this particular fixture, like I said, you saw it, I saw it, even the viewers saw it. Bruce wasn't himself. Everybody was saying, there was a comment there saying Bruce stood no chance. Well, going up against Roland, this is one thing that having a double game in a match day does to you. I mean, you lose your first game and there's always a chance for you to pick up the pieces and get the result in the second game. Well, the second game for Chukwuchukwu will go down in a bit. We saw Coder Snow get the best out of Roland in that first fixture. And the second fixture here against Chukwuchukwu, also who lost against Richie. At this point now, Chukwuchukwu needs to start getting points.
Yeah, it's getting dangerous. It's that danger zone might be getting to him now because I feel Roland has probably gotten ahead of him. Yes, with those 3 points, Roland is now ahead of Chukwuchukwu on the league table, and now he needs to start getting those points because if he doesn't, it spells danger. And now he's up against the guy who has the most brutal attack in the Rsdl in Coder Snow. I don't know. He needs to be a bit more clinical in front of goal, or else maybe, just maybe, the relegation zone awaits.
Well, Chuku Chuku going up against Codes now, we can see the public winning prediction there puts Chuku Chuku in the 60% prediction to win against Codes now. Codes now, who's in red hot form at the moment, giving him a 40% prediction to win.
Well, yeah, the public can always be right. But I remember a statement from Eldorado saying Kude Snow was better than Chuku Chuku. So now it's time for him to see, or it's time for us to see if that statement was actually true. As both players are about to be match up against themselves. Chuku Chuku needs to win more. Kude Snow, you could say, he's already qualified to the RSPL. So
Yep.
as things stand, he's probably just fighting.
At this point, Codes Snow actually with that last win, he was on just 9 games actually. So that last game against Roland made it 10 games played, and he has even leapfrogged 1A1 as it stands because he has that's 19 plus 3, that's 22 points.
Wow.
As it stands. So Codes Snow is in no pressure except he's gunning for the title, which I doubt that Shoka will relinquish to anybody. But I don't know. You can never say never. I mean, that game against Cisco Fingers might just be the title decider for me.
The game in which almost everyone expects you to just breeze through can actually happen to be the one that changes the look of things here. Chisco Fingers, he needs that win. It's basically like Burnley fighting for relegation against the big guns of Arsenal or Manchester United. They're going to pour out everything possible for them to be able to get that win. And I'm sure Chisco knows that. And he knows it's soccer. Everyone knows, or he feels soccer is better than him. But he wouldn't really care now. He just needs that win. And so I feel he'll take the game to soccer.
Yes. As for Chuku Chuku, at the moment, he has played 7 games and still 12 points. He needs to start getting points, just like I said earlier. I mean, the free ride is done. These guys are done making a mess of themselves. Everybody at this point now needs points. The league is serious. At this stage, it is serious. So Chuku Chuku, so far, I think he has lost 2 games in a row.
Yes, 5-1 to Larry and now 4-1 to Richie. And what's surprising is the fact that he scored just 2 goals in those 2 games,
man,
and he's considered 9. Considered 9 goals. And now he's up against Codes Snow.
I was about to say that. Up against the player with the most lethal attack of the Division 2. So, well, if you're live, do well to give us your predictions. Forget about the public winning predictions. Do well to tell us what you think. Do well to tell us if you feel Chuku Chuku can grind up 3 points from this particular game, or if Coldest is going to turn up the AC to the max in the room and freeze up Chuku Chuku. So also drop your predictions for a particular game. If your scoreline predictions, actually do well to drop them also.
Yeah, this game for me, this is the game that decides whether Chuku Chuku stays up or he goes down, my opinion. Because he's already on a losing streak now.
Yeah, right.
We were saying that
it could affect him a lot because his next game is against 1A1.
Yes, we were saying he has lots and lots of games, but with the way things have been, those games, just like when massive fans were saying we have a game in hand, and that game in hand seemed like a guaranteed win. That was basically what we were saying, that this guy had about 4 games in hand and maybe he should just be able, but he's lost 2 and now it seems like it's becoming a pattern, and now he's up against Codes Snow and his next game is against 1A1. So I feel he needs to actually get his groove going so that he can probably have a chance of qualification.
Well, now there's something funny about the fixtures for today. Chuku Chuku is playing Codes Snow now, right? And Chuku Chuku is also playing 1A1 next. Now, Codes Snow, who just got a win against Roland, has leapfrogged 1A1. And Codes Snow right now is facing Chuku Chuku. If he wins this, he's going to solidify his place in the 3rd position, in the first 3. And if Chuku Chuku also takes points away from 1A1, it's going to solidify the fact that 1A1 is going to be in the 4th position. So both Codes Snow and 1A1 are facing Chuku Chuku at this point, and they need to grind out points from this guy.
I would really love to know what's how many points El Dorado sits on right now. Because is there any chance that Cold Snow actually goes ahead of him?
Coldest Snow, as it stands, is in 22 points. 1A1 has got 20 points. And 1A1 also, I think, would have played, by the end of the day, would have played a game lesser than Coldest Snow.
Yeah, what about El Dorado? He sits on
24 points.
second. So I feel Cold Snow still has a chance of leapfrogging him. But that will mean El Dorado needs to lose a couple of games.
Or draw, or actually just drop points.
Yeah, this game is all with them. Cold Snow, he said he was going to take the league by storm, that he was bringing the heat. And ever since that statement, this guy has not lost any game. I can't remember when last he lost a game. Basically, every game since then has been wins or draws. Remember the draw against Mr. Morale, and his other games is just breezed past his opponent. Now, might probably be no difference with this guy against Chuku Chuku.
Well, we head into the game proper against Finchuks versus Coldest Snow. We can see Chuks here in Cote d'Ivoire's kits and Coldest Snow in his Brazil kits. Now, this game could either like I said earlier, Chuks, he needs to start, getting points from now onwards. And sadly, he's going up against Coldest Snow. Coldest Snow also, who, if he manages to grind out the 3 points from this particular fixture, then he can actually get into the chart of top 3.
Yes, he can actually do that. But then again, I must say Chuku Chuku was not just clinical in the game against Richie, and he would have looked to really fix that. Yeah, but Coldest Snow.
That was dirty right there. Coldest Snow dragging those 2 defenders out of position, and you could see that cutback, that finesse into the left top corner. Coldest Snow has drawn first blood in this fixture. It is a lot now for Chuks. I mean, he has lost 2 games. He's at the verge of losing a 3rd one in a row. And wow.
We'll see Coldest Snow.
Off the post there, Chuks with a chance to get an equalizer. So unlucky there for this guy.
Then again, his lack of finishing has come again in this particular fixture. You should expect him to actually bury that chance into the top corner there, but unfortunately, he just hit the post. It remains 2 goals scored in the past 2 games.
Well, his attacking proficiency has dipped a bit since that 5-1 loss for the defense there from Chuks. Tried to clear out his lines, but there's something Chuks need to really, really be aware of. Just do not let Coldest Snow run away with the goals in this particular game, because the moment Coldest Snow gets a 3-goal advantage, it's done.
It's almost like PJ. You become disoriented, and of course, this guy is always going to capitalize on that. He's going to bring the game to you now. And there's another player who loves counter-attacking as well, Coldest Snow. So once you're a bit destabilized, he has those long balls, and you can see the player locks on Vinicius and Rafinha. Definitely more goals are going to be coming in. Coming into this match day, he was on 37 goals scored, and now he
scored 4 in his last game.
Right? Yeah, 4. And now added another one there. That means he's on 42 goals scored as things stand this season.
That's a lot.
These guys, he's a force to reckon with. His goal scoring prowess, his attacking prowess, and also to an extent his defending prowess. Something I must actually give him props for. 3rd position after not probably starting really well. Yeah, he didn't start quite well because he lost his first game 3-1 against El Dorado. But ever since then, it looks like that loss didn't do anything to him, and any opponents whom he has faced I've been on the receiving end of Coldest Snow's brutality.
But almost 30 minutes gone, and it's been quite of a quiet game so far after that first goal from Coldest. Nobody has been able to break each other's defensive lines. Hughes, like I mentioned, I'm still repeating it because he needs all the points he can get now. He needs to start getting the points. That pass was giving away there. Coldest Snow punish him. Yes, he does. Coldest 2 goals up. Wow. And it's going from bad to worse for Chuku at the moment.
43 goals scored in about 11 games. Wow.
That's something.
Definitely. Doesn't seem like he's stopping anytime soon either. So expect more goals there.
Surely now. Luis Enrique. Oh my goodness. As soon as he beat that offside trap, we knew it was danger calling. And this was something I said earlier. Do not let Coldest Snow get 3 goals up over you. I mean, now it's not a question of Chuks dropping points at this moment. It's the amount of goals now he has conceded. I mean, he's surely now in a negative in goal differences, and it is not looking well for him at all at this point. 3 goal deficit, 39 minutes. My goodness, we can see a comment there coming from Jordan saying best attacking player of the division. Surely, yes.
Definitely.
Even if he doesn't get the crown of the rising star of the Rsdl, surely we must give him his crown for this one. The best attacking player of the Division 2, Coldest Snow. A chance for Chuks to get one back, and that came off the body of a player. Coldest Snow.
You know, we always talk about this guy's attacking, but we never really talk about his defending. This guy hasn't conceded much goals over the past couple of about 4 games. He hasn't really conceded many amount of goals. I know coming into this game he conceded about 4. We could say 4 goals, and now that's 3. That's about like 7 goals conceded in 3 games. But compared to the amount he scored in those games, wow, he's elite at both.
I'm sure that comment there is for Coldest Snow. Well, it is the second half, and some of the shot there, Chuks. That attempt. If he needs goals, he needs to start scoring goals ASAP. Else, I mean, his last game is against 1-1. If he cannot get points from this guy, Coldest Snow, I doubt if 1-1 is going to give him a free ride. Are we potentially looking at Chuks losing all 3 games he had today?
He's currently on a losing streak, and I think that will really tank his confidence. So he needs to actually see. I don't know. Does he still have a chance of winning this game? I really can't tell because
we need to know from at least he getting 1 goal. Here is Chuks. Bonnie Diomande now with the ball. Space now in this defense. He goes for the near post finish. Mosaic of space on his right hand side, but he decided to opt the near post finish. Corner taking short. He's taking his time with this attack, and to find that space. And I must commend Coldest Snow's defending. It has been top. Any other gamer, and surely Fuchs finds a way to split that defense open, but against Coldest Snow, doing a very, very great job, defending really, really well. Nah, I don't think that pass was intended for that player. There was another player up on his right hand side.
I feel Coldest might need to calm down a bit because now Chuks is mounting all the pressure and looking for to see if he can get his shot off with all those finesse shots, but Coldest has been defending pretty well. But how long there?
That was just advanced marking coming in wrongly for him there. Because obviously he tapped box to shoot. But the player, the animation instead went for a tackle.
I think a goal in this game and Coldest will probably be a bit more comfortable.
But Chooks has been mounting on the pressure all second half. Really, really sad. He gets a chance to bury this. It's inches away from the goalpost.
Then again, Chuk's finishing has been really, really bad. Like I must say, right from the game against Richie, and now it has returned in the game against Coldest Snow. Coldest Snow is not someone to be so merciful against his opponent. You might be missing chances on your own end, and when he gets to the other end, this guy will bury it in the most unlikely fashion. And Chuku now on the receiving end of those Coldest Snow's daggers.
I mean, the way Coldest Snow has been cutting out passing lanes for Chooks is something to commend, honestly. It's not just about his attacking, like you said. His defending also has been top-notch. So far, so good. "74 minutes gone." And it has really, really been a hard battle for Chooks. I mean, to even grind out a single goal here has been serious tough work for him. Yes, Coldest Snow, he might punish him with this. Yes, he has. 4-0. My goodness.
It is pure attacking power at its peak from this guy. And now he's not considered a goal in this particular game. 4 goals, and that's basically game over in my opinion.
I think it was game over from the moment that Chooks couldn't get a goal in the first 20 minutes of the second half. I just knew there was problems. Just look at this. They're scoring now. 86 minutes. And finally, Chooks has gotten a goal there. It's more or less like a consolation goal for him at this point, because
yeah, the Coldest will still be looking to attack, but Chooks on the other hand, the game is basically over for him at this point, and he just needs to be able to get the win against 1A1 in my opinion. I don't really know. Is he capable of doing that after losing 2 games in a row now?
I highly doubt, because 1A1 at this point knows that Coldest Snow has leapfrogged him, and he will be trying his possible best at least to get within reach of 1A1. At this point, Coldest Snow in 3rd position, and 1A1 now displaced in 4th position. So it's a lot, honestly.
Would you say Coldest Snow has actually leapfrogged El Dorado as well? Because now he said he was on 22 points after the game against he came in which he won against Roland, and now he's defeated Chuku, and now you can see he sits at 2nd.
At this point, Coldest Snow is sitting in 2nd place.
That's on 25 points.
Wow. 11 games played, and he's in 2nd position. This is wonderful stuff. It's really.
This guy said that he was going to win this league, and now it's all in the hands of Chisco Fingers, I must say. It's all in the hands of Chisco Fingers here.
Chisco Fingers can grind out a draw or something. A shocking result, however he can do it. I mean, it's going to blow the title race wide open, honestly. And even the top 3, it's going to be wide open.
But you know how I don't say it's crazy that we are expecting Chisco to get something out of this game. Is it crazy?
No, it's not. I mean, this is the Rsdl. I mean, we've seen people get points out of nothing. We've seen games where we actually wrote off the opponents, and they came in and they did wonders. So I'm not in any way going to write Chisco Fingers off. This is like the late stages of the Division 2, and trust me, it is going to be. We're going to see problems. We're going to see a lot of problems that are going to be caused by these relegation guys. We saw the upset, the first game there against Chukuchuku, the one that put him in this particular position at the moment. The game there against Richie, we saw Richie take points off Chukuchuku, and that has put him in a very, very bad start for the day. We saw him also lose just now to Cold Snow, and next up he is going against Chisco. He's going against 1A1. What do you think about this particular fixture now? 1A1 going up against Chukuchuku.
Well, Chukuchuku needs to win now more than ever. Currently on a 3 games losing streak, and he needs to get this win against 1A1. One thing is for sure that 1A1 is not going to make it easy for him. So he needs to be a bit more clinical this time around. I think he's not been clinical over the past couple of games. He should really, really fix up in this game if he's to actually get himself into the Rsdl next season.
1A1 now, who will be seeing I'm very, very certain he watched the match against the match between 1A1 between Chukuchuku and Cold Snow. So at this point, he will be thinking, look, if Cold Snow can grab points from this guy, I actually can too, because I have put up a massive massive campaign in this division 2. So far so good. I think he has only been defeated by
Shocker,
right? So I mean, he knows now that there is a threat to his top 3 finish, and there is also a threat to the title as it stands now. So I mean, it has been a good campaign so far for him, and to just miss out on top 3 is going to be really, really sad, because this guy has been amazing all through the division 2.
Yeah, he's been really, really amazing. And I feel the game against Shocker last week, it would have done a number on him, because after that game, he was like, there's basically nothing I'm fighting for. I'm already in the Pro League. I was fighting for the title, but Shocker got the better of me, and now I'm just there to play for sportsmanship, like in his words. And so you can say he's the league, he's already qualified, so I don't think he said he's not fighting for anything. But now maybe he could actually be the one to send Chukuchuku down, or he's just here to play for sportsmanship, like he said.
But 1A1 Chukuchuku, do you think you see a lot of goals coming into this?
Yeah, this game is quite funny. 1A1 is not fighting for anything. On the other hand, Chukuchuku is fighting for everything. So
I don't believe anything 1A1 says. I do not believe that. I do not believe that at all. The player tells you he's not fighting for anything and then goes on to give you a shocker in the next game. I mean, just imagine if Shocker drops point against Chisco Fingers. I mean, there's just that tiny little hope that something could happen. So you don't know. So he just has to hold on to that hope. I mean, the fact that you've not seen them play, just do your best and then hope for whatever is going to come through in the next game to come through. That's just basically it.
once your qualification is not in your hand, you start doing some permutations and combinations to see if you can actually get. That's one of the toughest spots to be in, because your promotion now depends on the outcomes of other games. But at a point in the league, every player had the chance to decide their own fate, but it didn't really go accordingly. And now we'll really be hoping that this player can actually lose for me to gain promotion into the Pro League, and that's definitely not a sport you want to be in.
Chukuchuku now with 8 games played and with 8 games played, still in 12 points. He needs 3 points from wherever he can source it out from.
Well, that 3 points, can it come against 1A1? We're seeing this guy, he's played just 6 games and he's on 12 points, but now he's on 8 games and still on that 12 points, and there's a possibility that he could be on 9 games and still remain on that 12 points. That means he's basically in the likes of Richie, Indawoski, and Mr. Morale's group chat at this point, part of the guys looking to see if they can get themselves in the Pro League. But well, this game, is on the way, and we'll be looking and hoping to see what pans out.
Well, we are on the way in the game between 1A1 versus Chooks. And this game, well, I say it's a must-win for Chooks.
It's definitely a must-win for him. Definitely.
I just feel he doesn't need to drop points in this particular game because it is detrimental to his campaign going into the Pro League. If he has lost 2 games already today, and all his game in hands are looking like games that were never in hands. Actually, they are games that are never in hand because he lost all of them. So this is the last fixture of the day, and he needs to put up a serious performance here against 1A1. You can see Chooks with Ivory Coast and 1A1 with Senegal.
Yeah, 1A1 has been looking like the better player right from the start of this game, but that could change pretty soon because you can never write off Chooks here. He's someone who creates an insane amount of chances.
One and over the top through pass. Senegal has done it for 1A1. My goodness, I mean, that over the top through pass there was just top. Immediately we saw that ball coming in and we saw that player certainly was going to get onto that ball. We just knew this guy was going to finish it really well. The cross coming in for Chooks wasn't able to do justice to that cross there. 30 minutes gone, 1A1 in the lead.
Surprising, we said coming into this game, Chooks was on 12 points because he had played just 6 games, and now it looks like he's about to finish on that 12 points after 9 games, and he needs to go and do some reflecting because this is not what he expected. It's not what the fans expected. I'm sure it's not even what the people in the studio expected as well.
Man, it's a really sad match day for this guy. Disappointing match day for him. He's already behind in his last game. 3 games today. This is his last game. It's looking like it might end in a loss for him. Because 1A1 is a guy that... Oh, wow! The drag back, the pass. Everything was special except the final shot.
I actually thought he was about to get down into the top corner with that finesse, but he decided to go for the final pass, unfortunately for him.
I'm going to say Chooks was very lucky there.
Really lucky, I must say. Really lucky.
If he keeps on playing like this game is definitely going to run away from him. 1A1 in the ball cheaply away to Chooks. You do something with this attack. Chooks now. Bessie. Sangare. He's taking his time, being patient. I mean, I've seen that so far he has been trying his possible best to see how we can split this defense, but sturdiness of 1A1's defense there up to the task. Look at that through pass there. 1A1 might be up to something.
Wow.
That sliding tackle there came in clutch.
So no one expected that player to get to that ball there, but surprised, I guess.
Chooks. It's on the attack again. Gets the ball to Wahi. Cuts back. Still Wahi. Can he pull something with this? The defender was in the way. There is 3 minutes gone. And Chooks has put up a much fine play than he did against Cold Snow.
Yeah, Cold Snow recently took that game by the scruff of the neck and just outplayed Chooks in every way. But I think he's been holding up pretty well in this game against 1A1. Although 1A1 has had the upper hand, but I feel he's been holding up pretty well.
Advantage is with 1A1 with regards to the goal he scored earlier on. So far, Chooks has been asking the questions. And here is 1A1 again now attacking. Nice interception there. Chooks. He deserves something for this first half. It's been good. Got those creeps passing there. One too many. He's in possession now. Diomande drags back. Finds Kessie to Bonnie. Oh my goodness! I mean, how does the keeper place himself in the right position?
Then again, Chooks' woes of finishing continues.
The Chooks player actually got to that cross. But the header there was not it. I think the first half is going to end in the favor of 1-1. I think Chooks deserves something from this particular game. He has been top. I mean, his attacks, he has just been so unlucky.
Yeah, you could say in the same for all the games he's played today because his finishing has been really, really bad. He's had those good couple of chances, especially in the game against Richie. Which, like in the first 5 minutes, he had about 2 really good chances, but he wasn't able to score them, and he happened to score only one goal in that game. So I must say, his finishing has been really, really poor today, and he needs to fix that.
Well, second half is on that way, and Chooks surely looking for a reply now in the second half. Gets that defense coming up clutch there for 1-1. The tackle. 1-1 is giving possession away cheaply. Here is Chooks now. He gets something with this attack. Taking his time with those scripts passing. I don't think he has really been convincing with his attacks. I mean, the build-up is there, but the more you try to build up, the more you give chances for 1-1 to organize his defense more properly.
I don't think 1-1 is not phased by his fast passes. 1-1 is a bit more calm because there are some players that those fast passes will really confuse them, and you happen to drag your CBs out of position. But 1-1, that hasn't really been the case for him. He just sees the passing as some, you could say, just some fancy tricks to get his players out of position, and he's not falling for them. He's not falling for the bait, and that's why you could say Chooks' attack has not really been that efficient.
So far, it is still 1-0. 1-1 getting that early goal there in the first half. It's an offside, obviously. Mm. 60 minutes gone, and it's just a goal separating these two guys, 1-1 and Chooks. Here is 1-1 in the box of Chooks. And surprisingly, 1-1 is still in possession of this ball. 1-1 now, surely with a chance to get this away. Yes! Oh, it is offside. That was close, really, really close there.
Really, really close, and I'm sure Chooks knows that the goal seems to be coming, and he needs to get a goal for himself soon, because if 1-1 happens to get that goal before him, you will say this game is out of his reach.
1-1 who is definitely desperate to retain this 1-goal lead, end the game this way, to at least be in the chat of the top 3. And Chooks desperately needing points. Look at that incisive through pass there. Here is Malangsa. 1-1 with that incisive through pass there to Sa. Surely he could choose from different positions to finish, and he went for the left corner. He has gone from bad to worse now for Chooks, as he is in a position to lose 3 games in a row. Was that 3 games? This is 4 games in a row now, and 3 on today's match day. 1-1 is not looking to stop. He has triggered that runs. Suddenly cuts back.
Oh
my goodness, is that a penalty?
Yes.
Oh no, this is just so unlucky.
Actually
1-1 in a hurry to get that goal there. I think just tapped the box a little bit too early. Is this the time for Chooks to get something out of this game?
I said once 1-1 got that second goal, you could say it's basically game over, because he was mounting the pressure, and it was just a matter of time before that goal was going to come, and now he's gotten it. I don't know how Chooks. I feel the highest Chooks can get out of this game is probably a draw, and even that won't be easy against someone like 1-1.
7 minutes gone, and it has been all 1-1 from start to finish. Chooks has had some exciting spells of attacks, but enough to get him the goal he deserves to stay in this game. 80 minutes. It must be a really, really sad day out for Chooks. Disappointing performance, really. Here's that one-time through pass. The ball rolled there. I think he borrowed that into the path of the opponent. But suddenly, 1-1 is with possession again. 1-1. Chooks defending well there. At least get a goal. Cut the goal difference. It's the best thing to do at this point. That through pass is getting nowhere near the intended player. So a comment asking what is wrong with Chukwuchukwu. I do not know, viewers. I do not know. I had serious high hopes for this man. I mean, he did well in the openings, and we thought his game in hand will surely put him in pole position to even compete with the top 3 players. But look at that pace there, almost beating that defender in that sprint run. 1-1. He's done really well for himself to see out this game. Surely it ends like this.
Yeah, it ends like this, and you can see we're just waiting for the referee's final whistle, which has finally come now, and that's 3 losses today for Chukwuchukwu.
My goodness, it's a very, very, very disappointing day for this guy Chukwuchukwu. Coming into week 4 with a bunch of matches there for him to play, and sadly, 3 games, 3 losses on match day 1, week 4. And ladies and gentlemen, it seems like that is the end of the stream for today. Up on your screens, a reminder of the upcoming esports competition going on in University of Port Harcourt, the King of Ports 2026. If you want Uniport, scan, register, do well to participate. It is open to all Uniport students. And also the upcoming Niger Delta Derby, Bayelsa versus River State. Bayelsa gamers taking on River State gamers. Surely it is something to anticipate for. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the stream for match day 1, week 4. Remember to catch us tomorrow for match day 2, Sunday, 2 p.m. And we will be live to catch your favorite gamers do what they know how to do best. The league is coming to an end. We are going to find out in a few who is going to get into the Pro League, who is going to be the rising star of the Division 2, and who is going to fall out of the Rsdl. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on Instagram to get all the informations and all the updates. My name is Shaq, and from me and Himzas in the studio, we say bye-bye. See you tomorrow, guys.